Yo, what I do? I don't know why I clap like that. I had a couple of my friends ask me what kind of camera they should get if they wanted to get interested with photography. Long story short, for beginners, I recommend this camera. And the name of this camera is called the Ricoh GR3. This one specifically is called the Diary series. Kind of wanted to get this because of the look and the color. It usually comes in black, all black. And I think that there's another version which is the GR3X, I believe, and it's a different focal length. So this one is a super wide, I think 24, 28 millimeter. So it's like kind of like this lens right now. So I can get really close and still have some kind of, I can still fit. With the other one, the GR3X is a 40 millimeter, which is a little tighter. So if you want to have kind of like that would be good for me. That would be good for like portraits. If you don't want to walk too close to a subject, you can just shoot from here, and that will be a little tighter than this. So for this, you have to get really close in order to get your subject like this in the frame. This camera is good, like hands down. All the technical stuff I don't really want to talk about because I'm not that guy to know. I just know that I used it, I liked it, I printed some of the images from this, and it turns out great. One of the key things that I think we miss. So, one, with this camera, it covers it already, which is, so if you open this, most cameras comes with batteries, but most cameras don't come with memory card. It has capability to store images without a memory card. So technically you can use this right off the bat. Buy this from somebody, used or new. This will come with internal memory and you can shoot at least 100 JPEGs, which is for me already enough. And if you want to shoot RAWs, that I don't know, I haven't really shot RAW. With this, I don't shoot RAWs with cameras. Oh no. Well, for paid jobs, obviously I do, but for things for fun, I don't shoot RAW. I just kind of shoot JPEG because I don't like editing. But yeah, memory card is definitely one of the biggest thing for this camera. Second thing is that it has internal stabilization. So what that means, people with shaky hands, you can use internal stabilization for this. I think it's always on. I don't really know how to turn it off. For me, I can get down to 1/8 of a second without really getting that anything blurry unless the subject is moving, obviously. So like if I take a photo of a chair and I use 1/8 of a second, if it's really dark, I can take a photo of that, no problem. I mean, obviously, I also somewhat have a stable hand, so that also plays a factor. And then another thing for this is just the size. This thing fits in my pocket, no problem. I recently brought this to a trip in Japan last year, and it was great because I didn't have to worry about like another strap on my shoulder, which is really hot, and I'd be sweating, blah blah blah. At least with this, I can always put it in my wrist, or I can put it in my pocket. In all honesty, like photography and videography is just not everything is about gear, but the gear has to make sense for the job, whether it be paid or not paid. I have this, like this is one of my workhorse cameras, and this is the XH2S. I usually bring this if I need to do photo and video, so a good hybrid camera, because this has all the things that I need in order to get the job done, both photo and video. It's lightweight, has good memory, but also again talking about memories, this would need a CFast Type B memory card, which costs around $300 for 1 TB CFast Type B, which is crazy, right? Like you're already spending a lot of money on these cameras, and then you're gonna spend more, which is crazy, but that's just how it is. Then I also have a Blackmagic for videography jobs, and with that I also have to build it and rig it up in order to make it work. Because if you just use that camera by itself right off the box with the battery, you'll have a 20-minute running time. I'm showing these tools for my job is because I'm not trying to flex, but it's just more of like, this is when you need to know on what type of camera you need in order to get the job done. And again, this is not a tech review or whatever. This is just things that I've seen and experienced over the past years of using these cameras. And I used to be a Canon shooter. People talk about it's all about full frame, blah blah blah. But you just need good lighting, good composition, and good subject matter. And if it's interesting enough for you, it'll be interesting enough for other people. Hopefully, because also you can get like a point and shoot camera that's better than most phones. But again, there's also a phone. If you want to start shooting stuff, shoot it with a phone. But for me, the thing I don't like about using a phone to take photos of anything is because we have the tendency to just click, 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 and just store in the cloud. No one will see it. I mean, if you don't want anybody to see it, that's fine too. But for me, the reason why I like carrying this camera is because it's an It's a tool that's designed for photography. You actually get to use your creative eye, train it in order to get a good image out of this, right? You can also put colors into it, but with a phone, it's just too easy to shoot it on, in my opinion. Whereas this, even though it's already easy, don't get me wrong, but it's the fact that you have to carry this with you. You're just more aware of it. That's what I'm trying to get at. So, if you're just starting to get into photography or videography, or even just this, like myself, the YouTube channel, I suggest really start not looking for gear right away, but looking for questions and questions on what you want to shoot. Because for me, to be honest, for like a regular kind of shooter and just kind of for fun, which I think everybody just wants to be. Again, phone is perfect, but the quality on this and the sharpness on this just blows any iPhone photography out of the water. But again, it really depends on what you want to shoot. If it's just your everyday things, do you really want to spend more money on this? If it's justifiable, and also can you afford it, right? You don't want to go bankrupt on this because this is just your hobby. So hopefully that kind of summarized everything, and hopefully that kind of made sense, because sometimes I ramble. Hopefully you got something out of it. Please follow, subscribe, like, I don't know, comment, and I'll see you guys next week. Peace.